As Adar marches in, there is much Simcha in the air. It is palpable in the stores, in the shuls or the schools, or wherever you walk down the street. Mishanichnas Adar Marbim B'Simcha can truly be felt. An aspect of that klal of Mishanichnas Adar Marbim B'Simcha has become more apparent to me that nowadays as I've been working with many people, and I realize that there is a Simcha that is available to us that many of us are challenged by. And that is what I would like to focus today's speech about. There are many forms of Simcha. There's the Simcha of being able to be happy and singing and dancing and listening to good music, or perhaps that of eating and drinking. There's a Simcha of giving that's uncomparable to anything else. There's also a Simcha that comes from a generosity of spirit. As you see, many people, as they work with colleagues and employers, or perhaps it is with their friends and loved ones, we often encounter situations that make us unhappy. And then we write whole Megillas about what's going on, where we often villainize the person who did something that made us feel unhappy or uncomfortable. And that, in turn, imprisons us in our thinking and often makes us unhappy and makes us look at them with criticism or something of that sort. So I would like to suggest 3 ways of freeing ourselves from that story, from that Megillah that we have written for ourselves. The first one is to challenge the story that we've told ourselves. Oftentimes, there's an incident or something that happens, a slight, a comment, and we make up a whole story to explain why it is. And sometimes it's reinforced because it's happened many times. But we don't speak to the person, we just become hurt. And we carry along that hurt for a long period of time. So the first thing is to challenge the story. Perhaps some of the assumptions I made were not correct. Perhaps I can ask my friend what happened and hear their side of the story. It is helpful sometimes to create scenarios in our own minds where it was positive. And that gives us a generosity of spirit that allows us to approach the situation in a more positive manner. The second generosity of spirit is when we know that the story was correct. Perhaps we verified it. But then we can be generous and understand why they did it. Maybe something that I would have done too had I been in their situation. The only reason why they did that is because of the situation they found themselves. Or perhaps it's the culture they grew in, or the personality and the koiches that Hashem gave them, things that are not in their control. And therefore, if I would have those same qualities, or if I would be in that same situation, I would have done the same. That too can lead us to have a generosity of spirit that will allow us to now be more positive to that person and find solutions that before we were not aware of. And the third one is in a situation where we know that it's true and the person really did something that we would not have done. We can just forgive them anyways. In the spirit of Purim, in recognizing that Hashem runs the world, and that I don't want to be caught up in my prison, I can accept them for who they are and learn how to make the situation more positive, but not be trapped in my emotions and my own thinking. With that, indeed, I wish us a Mishanichnas Adar Marbim B'Simcha. May we be able to use this time to see more positively, to see the good in our friends and in the actions that are taking place. And may we see the truth in the stories and see the Hashgacha Pratis that's making all of it happen, and all of it comes out for the best. And with that, not only will we have more positive relationships, but we ourselves will indeed need more B'Simcha.